Hey, Scruffy. Coming in again, huh? So today is a bit nicer. It actually got a little warmer. Sun came out. It's mostly clear. But I saw something I didn't expect in the weather report. Looks like we're going to get another storm if they're correct. So enjoy the nice weather while you can, Scruffy. Okay. Feet on the table. Glove. And so the weather is supposed to actually be a lot warmer today. It's just a little bit warmer, not nearly as much as they expected, but they're still projecting tomorrow will be even warmer than what they're projecting for today. So if tomorrow happens, it's going to be a big jump in temperature. It's going to be like spring weather. I don't think it's going to get that warm, but it could. But then the surprise is, I think the day after, the weather is supposed to completely turn, and so I think, the temperature is going to drop like over 20 degrees from the highs, maybe 30, depending if they actually get up that high. and then I think the first day of the storm, so it's going to be just high winds, I think. So there's a picture of blowing winds, and then the following days are all rain clouds. So I'm guessing it's going to be a big storm system. We don't usually get consecutive days of rain. We usually don't get rain. So consecutive days of rain is a big deal. But as I said, the forecast recently has been very unreliable. It's been very wrong recently. So I don't know if it's going to materialize, but I'm guessing there is probably a big storm front on its way if they could predict 3 days in a row plus the extra windy day. And then I don't know what's going to happen after that. I think the forecast ends after that. So so I guess I have to enjoy this nice weather while we can. So it's still a little cold, but particularly overnight. But yeah, it did warm up today. So I went out for a bike ride. It was like right on that cusp of whether I needed to wear my extra clothing, or if I could take off some of the extra clothing I've been wearing. And yeah, might have worn too much clothing today. So going up the mountain was fine, but coming back down, yes, I could feel all the sweat that had accumulated. And then going down the mountain, there was a wind chill factor that really hit me, and so it was making me really cold because my clothes were all drenched in cold sweat, so I was getting extra cold. So ironically, if I'd worn less clothing, I probably would not have sweat so much. So I had a, yeah, I got, so the park's still closed, so I'm still on my alternate route. I'm kind of bored of my alternate route, so I've been finding kind of alternate roads or yeah streets on my alternate route. So today I just missed a traffic light. I have to make a left turn to go into a section I normally go in, and I was bored enough that I thought, no, maybe I'll not make a left turn here, and I'll just keep going down this street. And I know there's a street much further down that will take me basically kind of where I ultimately want to go. So it's an alternate branch. So usually I like the route that I take because it avoids a lot of the heavy traffic, and it takes me near the creek, at least part of the way. Um, so it's a little scenic. This route, though, today, I haven't taken it in a really long time, but this sticks mostly to the main streets, and yeah, I got a reminder of why I don't like riding this route. So not only are you riding the main streets when I finally do make that left turn much further down, the street actually veers away from where I'm going, so it actually takes me a little further away. And then when I make my left turn, I have to basically backtrack. And when I make that left turn, the way the mountain is, immediately starts the climb from there, and so I'm doing a longer climb, and it's in traffic, so not my favorite. But yeah, I was that bored today. They said, "Yeah, I think I don't. I think I want to do something different." Probably won't do it again, not for a long time. So there was a car. So there's not, yeah. Another thing I don't like about the street is, yeah, there's not really any space for bicycles. There's like a little gutter lane cars aren't supposed to drive in, so that's where I ride my bike in. But cars can park there, so sometimes you're squeezing by parked cars and the traffic, which sucks. And it's a really narrow lane, so the cars actually don't fit in that little gutter lane, so they're sticking out. And then there's this one car. So we're in a section where the lane, the lane's actually going to squeeze even tighter. So the gutter basically is closing, and there's actually a kind of a road sign ahead. There's like reflective yellow, orange diamond signs or whatever, basically showing it's the end of the thing and you better not run into it. And so this car is passing me, and then right after it passes me, it veers into the gutter. And if I was a little closer, I would have been, sideswiped and smushed. I don't know. I assume the car saw me. Yeah, I think it was a minivan. So I don't know what he was doing because there was no reason to veer into my gutter. I thought maybe, so I think there was a driveway at the very end, right before it dead ends. So I thought maybe he was going to turn in, but he didn't turn in, and he was just driving in the gutter. And then, kind of the last moment, he returns to the center of the road. So I don't know what he was doing. Reckless driver. So that's why I like to avoid that road. I'm gonna get Scruffy his food. Okay, let's get your food. So let's see. I saw Scruffy. Yeah, I saw him on the big table most of the day. So he was on the big table this morning, and then at lunchtime he was off and he was sleeping under the table, I guess, waiting for me. It was a little late for lunch again. uh, yeah, my schedule's all kind of messed up. It's like really behind yesterday, so I haven't really caught up. So I'm like behind and everything today. So I kind of fed Scruffy late. He was sleeping under the table. I think I woke him up. But yeah, it was the end of lunch, so I didn't want to wait any longer. Um, and then yeah, later on he jumped, or after lunch he jumped back up on the table and he was sleeping there. But yeah, at lunchtime, yeah, I came out and yeah, he's kind of looked like he was, yeah, I had woke him up. He was, yeah, groggy from me waking him up. And then I was, yeah, hoping to be a little quicker today, so I didn't really spread out the kibble or put the kibble around the base. I tried to spread it out a little bit, but yeah, I, the way I poured it down, it actually was a little clumped. And I tried to use my hand to spread it out, but Scruffy was already going for the food while I was doing that, so I, yeah, I, he didn't throw up, so yeah, got away with that one. Hey, Scruffy. It's sunny. I think it's supposed to start getting warmer. Are you ready for your water and kibble? Did I wake you up? So tonight's meal is a fresh can of meaty pate with real ocean whitefish, and the kibble, and the last of the rotisserie chicken scraps from this batch. So I did check the freezer. I actually do have one more bag of scraps, so Scruffy's sitting pretty. So I'm probably, yeah, I actually, yeah, just took out the bag and I'm gonna defrost it. I don't know if it's gonna be ready for tomorrow, but should be ready by the time the weather turns. So it'd be a nice treat when the weather turns real bad again, assuming it does. So I might not give him scraps tomorrow, but yeah, when the weather starts turning, I think it's gonna start the day after. I'll give it to him. And yeah, the weather's going to turn bad, and I'm going to have to probably see about going grocery shopping tomorrow. Do it before the weather turns bad. So as I said, I'm really behind on things right now. I feel like I need to cut some corners to make up for some time. I don't want to go grocery shopping. So we'll see. So let's see. Oh yeah, climbing up the alternate mountain path today. Yeah, so it's going up the main road, and there was a section on the other side of the road that had a sidewalk, kind of an extra large sidewalk, whereas the side going with the traffic didn't really have like anything. And so I decided I was going to. It's actually more than a sidewalk. It's like a sidewalk with like a big dirt trail next to it. So I guess the trail's for horses and bikes. So anyway, but yeah, I decided I'd stay on that side of the street with the trail, so I wouldn't get hit by cars. And I saw a basketball rolling down the hill, and there was a girl running after it, trying to get it before. Well, it's a long way down to the into the mountain, so I guess the sooner she gets it, the better. Because it's a really really long road, and long incline. So I saw her grab the ball, and then she started running back up the hill. And then I saw where she came from. So her house had a basketball hoop in the driveway, and so it looked like she and her father were playing basketball, and the ball probably got away from them. And the mother was, I think, just watching them sit in the garden, sitting in the garden. So let the girl run after the ball in the street, downhill, against traffic. There weren't too many sites on this route, although, so it's, a main road, so there are little stores here and there, but most of the stores are pretty boring. So I'm wondering for the changing weather that's coming, so we're going to get both a storm and lower temperatures. I think we're done with the freeze warnings though, so it's not going to get that cold. But I think it is going to. It's going to be in that range we've been in, so it's still going to be kind of cold. So I'm wondering maybe if I should try taking out the blanket from the shelter, since I don't think Scruffy likes that blanket very much. And I wonder if I take out the blanket, would he try the shelter one more time with the straw by itself? Maybe I need to take out a little bit of straw too. Maybe there's too much in there. Not that I actually think he needs it. He seems to get along fine. So I don't know where he goes to sleep when it gets cold overnight. I'm guessing he might go under the deck. Sometimes I've seen him on like the big table with the box with the blue blanket. I think once in there, once rarely or infrequently, I've seen him in that box with the blue blanket. And then there are other tarps and blankets kind of lying around the yard, so he might snuggle up and use those. 2 years ago, I saw him in a different section of the yard. I put a blanket on top of it's kind of a shelf, so you get a lot of dust and dirt and soot and just covers everything. It's really nasty, so I like to try to cover these things when we're not using them. And I saw him; he was sleeping on that blanket for a while. He stopped going there a couple years ago. At least I haven't seen him there in a long time. Although he's hard to spot there, so he could be there and I just don't see him. But yeah, I don't check it that often. So he didn't really clean his bowl, so I'm moving the balls right now. There's a lot of pate stuck to the golf ball, so I'm trying to roll it around and get the stuff back in the ball. So you can see there's still a piece of kibble stuck to the ball. Yeah, I forgot to run the dishwasher last night. It's another thing that, just been really off the past day or so. So yeah, I was trying to quickly clean dishes. So I have a bowl for Scruffy. He's eating kind of slow tonight. He's also cleaning the bowl a little better than usual. I'm not sure what that means. So there was more of the rotisserie chicken gelatinous stuff, so it did make it a little more soupy. So it tends to clean the bowl better when pate doesn't stick. Oh yeah, and there's also a fresh can of pate, so I think yeah, there's tends not to stick as much. I think when it's warm, and there's all the juices in the can that separate it. Okay, folks, I'm going in. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.